Okay, we are back with our Prairie Agate, which has been running in 4670 heavy coarse silicone carbide grit for 2 weeks. And we have had no ceramic media in the barrel. And we want to see what kind of shape it's in. It has really progressed nicely, just the way I wanted it to. We have a lot of the shaping, a lot of the sharp edges has come off, and agate is such a hard stone that that's why I wanted to start it in the coarser of the coarse grits. It still has shaping to do, obviously, but I think we're going to be able to put this in a quick wash cycle and then put it in 6090 coarse grit with ceramic media. We should be able to get started. The reason we put it in such a heavy coarse grit to start with is because agates can take up to 2 months in the coarse stage. So we wanted to shorten that some. And it's a little bit of an experiment to see if it does what I theoretically think it should. So hopefully it'll only need a couple of weeks, 3 or 4 weeks in coarse in 6090 instead of 2 months. See these sharp, jagged areas here? These indents. Want to make sure that they are rounded enough so that they're not going to become grit catchers. These are the things that we're trying to let our silicone carbide do, which is to shape. See, there's surface things here, right here. That's what I want the coarse grit to take care of. Nice lines on these agates. Some of this, areas like this, that have such a large amount of shaping that's needed, may never actually tumble out. And we can either accept that and keep it as part of the natural stone, or there's other tools that we could use to shape and Dremel tools, flat laps, tile saws. There's all kinds of things that you can do. But this is a tumbling show, and we're trying to do things with a rotary tumbler as much as possible. Really nice variety on this Prairie Agate. Okay, we are going to inspect the rest of this off camera, and we're going to recharge this barrel. We're going to put it in a wash cycle because it's going to change grits. So we're going to wash cycle probably 4, maybe 5 before the water runs clear. They run about, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours each, with Dreft baby laundry detergent and water. That's the wash cycles, and then after that we'll recharge the barrel with 6090 coarse silicone carbide grit, and because it's in a 3-pound barrel, we'll be using 3 tablespoons. And we're going to add ceramic media to help fill the barrel, because we have had some mass loss with this Prairie Agate. Not a whole lot though. No, look at that. Okay, we'll be back with our next barrel. We're back with our Picasso Jasper. It has been running for 2 weeks in our 6090 coarse silicone carbide grit. We've already seen that we've got some chippage here. Now it has been running 2 weeks with no ceramic media, so chippage is to be expected, but wow, this really is shaping quickly. What amazing designs on this. This probably, most of it is ready to move forward to 120, 220. Last week, we had found the same situation and added more rough to the barrel. And boy, it's really, really amazing. Most of this is ready to go. We're going to do a real close inspection off camera to see what exactly is ready to move forward and what needs to stay. But wow, this is just really, really amazing. So this one, you see how it has this little valley going on in here, and there's a fracture line. And it's sparkly, which could either be grit or it could be just something in the stone. It's probably grit, to be honest with you. That could be a potential grit catcher. I'd like it to go into 60-90 one more week to kind of smooth this out some. But most of this is looking so incredibly smooth. Yeah, I'm not finding any pits really in this stone, and very few crush marks or fracture marks from when this was broken up into tumbling rough size. It's a little bit right here. Which is why, especially with these crazy designs, that you need to look at these when they're a little bit dry. Because wet, they look amazing. But when they're dry, you'll see more of the blemishes that we're wanting to work out. Goodness, that's ready for 120. Yep. This stuff is really cool. I would run this again, just based on these 2 weeks what we've been playing with it. It's really pretty. Very busy designs, which I enjoy. It's working up really fast, which makes me think that some of the other material that might be in this Jasper might be on the softer side, because it's you know, unlike the agates that are taking forever, this Jasper is moving along quickly. All right, I'm going to do this off camera. I am fairly certain this is moving to 120. There might be 1 or 2 pieces that stay in 60-90. They'll go into another barrel that's also running that stage. So we're going to start splitting batches, it looks like. Yeah. I don't know what to say. This Picasso Jasper is really progressing quickly. And we'll see it next week. Okay. Snakeskin Jasper has also been running in 60-90 coarse silicone carbide grit for 2 weeks. And unlike the Picasso Jasper, this has been running with ceramic media. So it was really well cushioned. And you can see not as much shaping has occurred because the ceramic media was able to cushion the stone more. So these pieces are a little larger, didn't lose as much mass, but they're also sharper. Not as well rounded. Nice druzy pocket on that one. So this is going to, I don't think there's anything in here ready to pull out. So we're not going to be splitting this batch. It just has like a lot that still needs to happen. Goodness. That's going to be in there for a while. Ooh, that's really cool. But I don't know if you can tell with it so wet. There's a whole there's a whole seam right here that needs to be worked on. So it could just be grit catchers. Yeah, this definitely needs more time in course. Yeah, I'm not really, even the little tiny pieces need work. Didn't see any chippage in the ceramic media, so that's good. No broken pieces. So it's holding up well. It just really... It's a nice big fat quartz seam in this one. Yeah, it just needs more time. Some green on this one. Wow, really pretty. Yeah, there's no reason to even spend any more time on this. We're going to definitely put it back into course for another week. So, alright, Snakeskin Jasper. I'm going to recharge that barrel. Okay, we'll be right back. Alright, we're back with one of our 6-pound barrels that are in 6090 coarse silicone carbide grit, and it's a mixed barrel of red tiger's eye, yellow and blue tiger's eye, rose quartz. There's some agates and other things that we put in, dragon's blood, to put in to fill the barrel. But let's concentrate on our red jasper. No, red tiger's eye. All right, it has been running 3 weeks, and it's been really well cushioned. And we did take a lot of pieces out to be flat lapped. This could still use a little bit more time. In our 6090. It is coming along. They're drying fast here, which is good for inspection, but I want to keep them wet. Yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on that piece. I didn't find breakage in the barrel, so that's good news. So I kind of trust the integrity of the stones now. Yeah. Not to keep breaking. But they do need some work. Okay. Oof. It's a little bit of a pit on that one. So interesting news. Last week while we were running our flat lap trying to get the stones that we've been collecting for months and months of tumbling that needed a little bit of work, broke. It just kind of died on us. So at first we thought we blew a fuse, so we replaced the fuse a couple of times and still didn't work. So called the company and we're going to get it repaired. So now I just have to send it in. So everything that was waiting is going to continue to wait. But we did get some of the repairs done. We'll show you in a second here. This all still needs to continue on. Nothing needs to be pulled out. Yeah. Okay. Here's some of the things that we actually repaired. So you can see this corner has some sharp angles on it, and that's from the flat lap machine. But it did get out that heavy pit that we were working on. So now this piece is ready to go back in for further shaping. So you can kind of see that flat angle there. You can see the marks from the machine The 6090 course will round that out really beautifully. And this was the top that we didn't like, and now it's gonna go beautiful. Oof. This is that piece that had that white, there was like a whole groove of white host rock in there that I didn't like. You can still see there's a spot there and a spot there. But as you can see, we had to grind down that whole edge of the stone in order to get that out of there. And I think these two little white dots will come out with 1 week of 6090. So we're going to put it back in and it should be ready to move forward next week. Really amazing piece. And I think that was it for the red that I had in there. Okay, that's it for the red tiger's eye. We're going to put it back in the barrel, run another week of 6090, and we'll see it next week. Okay, for the rest of the stuff that was in the barrel, this was a piece that was flat lapped. It had a lot of, there's a little bit you can still see on here. It had like a pitted line. See that right here? Right here. Tried to flat lap out a lot of it. And it just is going to keep going all the way through the stone. So we're just going to let it move with the rest of the barrel. Here's some other tiger's eye that we had run previously that just need a little bit more work to before it can move forward. Yeah. This is just the rest of that tiger's eye. We have 3 blue pieces, it looks like here. Yeah, I think just another week and then it'll be ready. This was darn close. Super close to being ready to move forward. Okay, we had some bloodstone in that barrel. It's still super rough. Bloodstone's another one of those jaspers that, like agate, just seems to take forever in a year. That's actually ready to go to medium. Nope, this end still needs work. Now, you see the pits in there? It's never going to work its way out. This is a piece of Kambaba Jasper, but it's got so many little pits in it. It's just going to be a grit catcher and ruin other further batches. So let's just garden stone this and stop jerking around with it. That's a whole beat up corner. Might also end up being a garden stone. Yeah, I think all 3 of those are going to the garden. I just don't want... I don't know, maybe this one can stay. We're gonna garden stone it. We have enough. We don't have to worry about it. And a mystery stone. This was in with our tiger's eye. I don't know what it is. I don't think this is actually going to take a shine. So I'm going to pull it. Sometimes you just need to make decisions. This is a piece of polychrome that needed some repair. Then we're on to these Serape Jaspers. We had a couple. just seem to have like a side to the stone that doesn't want, no matter how long it spends in 6090, it doesn't really want to work. So, okay. Botswana agate. Nope, this is a piece of bloodstone with the quartz. There's iron inclusions in here, and it's just never going to tumble out. So we'll guard stone that. This is the Botswana. Is this Botswana agate? I think it is. Oh, that's feeling much better. Very, very close now. Gosh. It's like... Not very pretty, but most of the pitting has come out. Let's let it go a little bit more. All right. Let's see, what else is in that barrel? Okay, rose quartz has been running in a repair barrel to catch up. We had been running rose quartz last year, and we had to set it aside. Because we had split batches, and this is the 6090 or stone that still required more time in 6090. So it has been in, I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks. Still needs a lot more work. Lot more work. And these are bigger stones. So what we're hoping is some of this is ready to move forward to medium, but it doesn't look like it. And we've gotten some chippage. So this broke off. We're going to put that in the Zen garden. There's a couple other little chips that look like it had broken. So we're going to Zen garden those also. Beautiful pink. Now this does have a little bit, just a little bit of work that's still needed in the shaping stage. Probably next week this will move out and go to 120, but this week it's staying in 6090. Yeah. Yeah, this is just more. It's getting closer. A lot closer. Oh. Wow. Let's see what we have. I think this one. Nope. And it being in a valley like that, and it's kind of hard for the ceramic media and everything to get in there to help bring the grit to shape it. But it will eventually. It will. Yeah, one more week on this, and then it's going to be ready. So out of that entire barrel, we took like 5-6 stones out. 1, 2, 3, 5 stones out to go to the garden, and 1 was ready for medium, and everything else in that barrel had to stay. So this is a problem. So out of this rose quartz, that seam is going to continue to come out and cause issues. I am going to try and take a chisel to that and try and break off as much of it as I can so it will not do it in further stages. But it is in 6090, so it is coarse grit. It's not going to hurt a whole lot. Yeah. All right, we are going to button up this barrel. Put the ceramic media back in here. Water to 2/3 full, and 6 tablespoons of 6090 coarse silicone carbide grit because it's a 6-pound barrel. And then that's ready to roll again for a week. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show you. I was able to crack that stone and get rid of all this little garbage quartz on here that was in there. See how much better that looks? All that's going to come off. So this going back in the 6090, all this will get shaped out, and then yay, we'll be really happy with that stone. All right, just a quickie, just wanted to show you that. All right. And we're back with our mixed Aventurine barrel. It's running in the 6-pound barrel. In 6090 coarse silicone carbide grit with ceramic media. It has been running 3 weeks. A lot of this was new rough to clean off our shelves and get rid of clean up our storeroom. Some of it was left over from different runs from the different colors that we ran in, and it just needed more time in 6090. So we've got purples, yellows, and peach, blue. There's some white, red, and green. Some of this has its own videos already, but we just had more of it and we wanted to run it, and so we're running it all together in one barrel. So it was really pretty, but it's a lot to sort out if you wanted to do individual videos for each stone color. So again, all of this was in 6090. I'm going to go through all of this off camera to save our videos from being really, really long. And hopefully a lot of it will be ready to move on to 120 to our medium stage. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. This barrel will probably take us 30 minutes to get through. 25, 30 minutes to get through, and you really don't need to be watching that on camera. I mean, by now you guys know what's going on. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button because it really helps us on our rankings. So this is a clear Aventurine, and it's going to need it's almost perfect. Almost perfect. Just this one edge needs more work. Just a little bit more. And last week we had some pieces that required some repair on the flat lap. And so there's a couple blue pieces in here. We'll pull those out and add them to this barrel. There's a couple yellows that we had repaired. So those should be ready to run with this barrel. Is there anything else in there? There's a purple one that wants to sink to the bottom. Come back. Oh, that's perfect. So this was the corner that had the repair done. As you can see right here. It just needed some to come right off that corner. Hang on, if I dry it off, it'd be easier to see. And we repaired it. And now it can go in the barrel for shaping and move forward. Yay! Oh my goodness, these are so fun. I love Aventurine. Alright, we're going to take a look at these really closely, see what can move forward and what stays in 6090. We'll be back with our results. Okay, quite a bit was ready to move forward. All the blue, most of the peach, half the yellow, half the green, and half the purple. We're ready to move to 120. I'm not sure we're going to have enough to fill the 6-pound barrel either way. So we're going to move some stuff around and see which one wins, whether it goes back into 6090 for another week, or if it moves for, or if we just hold everything for the 120, or vice versa. Okay, we'll be back. And we're back with our yellow Aventurine that was almost ready for polish. It was sitting in 1000 pre-polish, but it was really bruised. So we put it back to 120 to repair the bruising, and it's been in 120 for 1 week. So what we want to do is take a really good look at these edges. So we're going to have to dry them off here because, as we recall, the edges were bruised. And then we will know if this worked and we can move it forward. Okay, now let's take a paper towel here and dry it really well. And then let's take a look at the edges. And let's move this camera and this light. So all that bruising that was along these edges appears to be repaired. Fingers crossed that all of it will look the same. A little bit of slight bruising still right here. This has been in our small 1.5 pound barrel. And we've kept it separate because we're trying to follow it all the way through. Still looks like there's bruising on there, and that looks really deep. I think it may go down several layers. And what we're looking for are the edges. Let's recall from last week. And I'm not really seeing bruising, just on that one piece. Oh, you can see how fast it's drying down here. Oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Well, I think we can take this back to 500. But I don't want to rush it just to bust it back again. We've already busted it back one time prior. We just didn't go far enough. I don't know. I'll let this air dry for just a moment or two, and then we'll come back and look at it again. Let's just give it a moment. Our yellow Aventurine, and we'll be right back. Okay, we gave it a moment to dry. Just they dried on one side. Sorry, stones. I'm really not seeing that super bruised edging that we saw last week. So I think it will be safe to move these back to 500. And the reason we're not skipping that stage is because the 120 has, even though the surface still feels really good, the 120 has crazed the surface, and the 500 is going to refinish that. Then we can, for the pre-polish, and then we put it in the 1000. And then it should be just superb to take a polish. Yeah, this one I'm not happy with, but that is so far down. We'd really have to take a lot of layers off to get rid of that, and I'm not willing to sacrifice the stone for that. I am going to put more cushioning in because I'm wanting to baby it right now. So this is going to need several wash cycles to get rid of any of that silicone carbide grit that might still be around. And I'm going to wash this 120 ceramic media with it. And then I'm going to separate this 120 media out and switch it for 500 aluminum oxide media. But there's no reason this can't get washed. Nice little chip. Okay. Probably 4 wash cycles before this will be clean. And then we'll put it up to 500. Okay. That repair is going to hopefully work out. Okay, we'll be right back. Alright, we are back with our blue Apatite. It has been in 500 pre-polish aluminum oxide for 1 week. And this is the experiment that we're going to do running straight up in a rotary barrel. We already know we're not going to get the greatest results. But the vibratory tumbler that we're going to rerun our Apatite on is on a 4 to 6 week back order. So hopefully we'll see that in a couple months. But in the meantime, we can finish with this. It keeps getting smaller week after week, and there's damage to the stones week after week in the rotary tumbler. It's feeling gorgeous. Just very, very smooth. We are not going to worry about the damage that we normally would have kept this in 6094 because it's such a soft stone. But we are going to hand wash all of these with a toothbrush to make sure that we get any grit contamination out of it. Yeah, there was some chipping happening here. Oh gosh, this stone is all chewed up. Oh my heavens. This has to come out. If I let this continue, it's going to just further contaminate the barrel. That is going to now become a garden stone. Bummer, it was a good size too. But it really eroded and became pretty gnarly. Yeah. I mean, these are, wow, look at the color. These are feeling surface-wise alright. I mean, you can definitely feel the damaged parts that we did not tumble out. A lot of it is happening from further erosion. Looks like a jelly bean. These have gotten really, really super tiny. There's another chip. Pulling it out. I mean, these are pebble size. Oh. My flat lap machine was working. I would put this stone on that and just touch it up. Like I did for these three before the machine broke last week. You can see we chewed away like half that stone. Because this stone was broken, it broke along a fault line. And instead of putting it back in 6090 to repair, we flat lapped it. And now it can, I'm just going to put it in the barrel. Same with this one. It just had, like right here, there was a little piece of the white host rock. And I just zinged that off. This stone is not prepared. It's very rough feeling. This was another broken one that we repaired. Both of these two need to be in a 120 to smooth. These are too rough. This one, however, is the same situation. We'll put all three of those together. All of these are surface smooth enough to go to 1000. I hesitate on this one. Even though it's like the biggest piece we've got. That's just, no. I hate to polish any of these, but we would just want to finish this project. See what a rotary can do. If we continued this on and on and on in a rotary, it's just gonna eat away to nothing. Okay. This needs to be moved to a small barrel. There's not enough stone to move this project forward in the 3-pound barrel. So if I get a 1.5 pound barrel available, we will continue this project. It is on hold until a barrel's available. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back with our Sodalite. It's been running 1 week in 500 aluminum oxide pre-polish. Sorry about the barrels running in the background, but we've got a lot ready for wash. So we want to get those running here while we go through the rest of these barrels. Wow. This is feeling really, really good. It is a softer stone, so it does feel like some damage happened there, but it could have just been because I moved it forward too early. It feels the way it should after 500. It's slick, but it's not that glass slick yet. That's what 1000 will do to it. This is some really dark Sodalite. Now, because it's a softer stone, we did leave a little bit of the natural shaping. We didn't let this run in 60-90 as long as we normally would have, so we're going to see some minor imperfections on this stone. But again, I might rerun this once we get the vibratory tumblers in. Might run it again and then compare it from 100% rotary to a rotary and vibrating system. Wow. Really nice. This is that piece that looks like it has some tree or moss agate on it. Not sure which is which off the top of my head right now. But you've got the Sodalite peeking through. That's funny how that stone grew. Yeah, this is gonna move forward. Okay, very nice. I'm going to continue looking at this off camera to, wow, that's perfect. To make sure that there's no chippage in the ceramic media, because I haven't checked that yet. These have gotten quite small. I don't think they were big to start with, but these are getting really small. Wow. That's really cool. I'm tickled pink that isn't causing undercutting. Alright, this is going to get some wash cycles. Then it's going to be moving forward to a week in 1000 pre-polish. Oof. Okay, Sodalite. It's doing really well. Okay, we'll see you next week. And we're back with our C Jasper, which has been running for 1 week in 500 aluminum oxide pre-polish. And let's take a look. Feels nice and smooth. Looks like there's some erosion there. There's a lot of pitting on this stone. We already know that. So I'm not really going to spend much time on this. I just want to make sure there's no broken stone, and then we're going to move this to some wash cycles and put it in the 1000. Gosh, it is feeling nice. Most of this is, but you can really feel the pitting. We'll dry it off. Okay. This is just... Wow, that one turned out nice-ish. Alright. Wow, lots of erosion on that stone. That's going in the garden. I'm not even going to deal with that one. To be honest, this whole batch probably should have just went to the garden. But I got stubborn streak in here. A few of these pieces are going to be okay. Very few. Okay. I'm done with this. We're going to wash it, put it in 1000, and we'll see it next week. Okay. Red Aventurine has been running in 500 pre-polish aluminum oxide for 1 week. And this is dry, and you can see it's already taking a shine. Wait until it gets through the polish stages. Holy cow. Okay, this is wet. So we're going to do our inspection off camera. There are more Aventurines in here besides Red that are kind of just hitching a ride. So I needed more time in this stage. But these Reds, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Feels really, really good. I do not think it's a purple. I do not think at this juncture that this is going to need another week in 500. I think 1 week was plenty. I think this will be able to get some wash cycles and move on to 1000, and then we'll see it again next week. This Red Aventurine is really, really delightful to work with. It started out really tiny, you know, small sizes, but you know, yeah, doesn't matter. It's really pretty. It's working out pretty well. From a quick glance, I did not find any chips in the ceramic media when I did the rinse, barrel rinse out. So that's encouraging. Wow. You see how smooth the surface is getting. And it's still going to go through a 1000 pre-polish, which was going to get rid of a lot of the micro scratches and abrasions from the ceramic media and whatnot. And then it'll be ready for polish in 2 weeks. Okay, I'm going to finish checking all this off camera. There's still quite a bit in the barrel. And gosh, still quite a bit in the barrel. Okay, Red Aventurine is a success so far. Several wash cycles today, and then it's going to go to 1000, and we will see it next week. And that is it for our barrels that are currently running. We have some barrels that are open, and we're going to start some new product, and we'll be back with our new barrels. Okay.